Hello, this is Miss Betty, and I am cooking on Farm Rich. And today I am going to make my famous baked beans. So I will show you what I'm going to put in them, and then I will show you the steps that I am going to take. Okay? So I start with 2 cans of baked beans. This will make a nice casserole dish full, or a 1/2 pan of aluminum, an aluminum pan full. So you take the beans, and I have drained them. Okay, so why did I drain them? Because in the baked beans that come in the can, they have a lot of oil. And I am going to replace them with my own sauce that I make up. So it doesn't matter, but you can do it right out the can if you like, but I think you should really drain them and drain that oil off. So what I'm going to add to my beans is some ketchup, some Worcestershire sauce, some A1, and some pure honey. Normally, I do use brown sugar, but guess what? Today, I am out of brown sugar, so I am going to use a cup of granulated sugar. I'm also going to add a quarter of a small onion and green pepper that I have already chopped up. I am browning my meat in my skillet as I speak, and I will drain that and add it to my beans. So let's get back to that. But I just wanted you to see what I use when I make my baked beans. You're gonna like these. Everyone already know how to brown and braise your beef, so it's not really necessary for me to show you, but I will go ahead and add it to the video just for those that are beginners and would like to make their own beans. So you get, this is 1 pound of ground beef that I am sauteing with green pepper and onion. I am going to drain this after it cooks to the proper degree, and I am going to add it to my beans. This is Miss Betty, and I'm back, and I am cooking on Farm Ridge. And so I've cooked my ground beef, and I've drained it well. Make sure that you get all the oil and juices out of your beans. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to start making our beans. And I usually don't just make them in the container that I'm going to cook it in. So I am mixing my beans in this pot. So I have my 2 cans of bush baked beans. These are kind of like my favorites. Make sure that you drain them well, and then add your ingredients. So I have here that I've already chopped 1/2 yellow onion and a quarter of a bell pepper. So I'm going to add that to my beans. And this is all going to finish cooking when I put it in the oven. Okay? So we mix it well. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of granulated sugar. Remember, normally I would use brown sugar, but today I don't have any, so sugar is sugar. All right. So we're going to add that. And usually, as I add, I stir. Because as you make these beans, it's going to start rising to the top because you're adding ingredients that's going to make it moist. So to that, I'm going to add my Worcestershire sauce. Put that right in there. I'm going to add my A1 sauce. And these are some of my secret ingredients. So once again, I'm letting you in my closet because I want you to be able to make your dish that tastes as marvelous as mine, darling. Okay, and these are looking great. All right. Now, I always add ketchup. When you buy your ketchup, I would suggest that you just buy an off-brand ketchup. It's cheaper, and it doesn't matter because it's going to go in your beans. So this is Heinz ketchup, and I'm just going to pour some in. Okay. And I almost forgot my main ingredient in these beans, and that's my A1, my open pit barbecue sauce. Let me grab it. This is another one of my secret ingredients. So I do add open pit barbecue sauce. Now this is how I replace the juices that I took out of the can. Remember, I did drain my beans and they became dry, so I got to replace that. But I do replace them with my own ingredients. So open pit, just dump it in. Oh, that's marvelous, darling, marvelous. Look at these beans. Don't they look great? Okay, and to that, I'm going to add my honey. The honey and the sugar is going to take the place of my brown sugar that I do not have. So, depending on how sweet you like your beans will determine how much sweetness you will add to your beans. I'm making these for somebody else, and I already know that they like them sweet. So, to that, I'm going to add my braised beef that I have already cooked and drained well. So we're going to add that into our beans. If you notice, I did add green pepper and onion to that when I cooked it. So these beans are going to have a really nice meaty taste. So I'm going to go ahead and add the entire pound of beef. Ah, look at that. That looks wonderful. Make sure you mix your beans well. And as you stir, you will know if you need to add anything else. At this point, I am going to add more ketchup. I usually don't measure it, my ketchup or my barbecue sauce, because if you are that cook that can tell the consistency, you'll know when you have enough or if you do not have enough. Oh, these beans are great. So, again, here they are. I got them in a pot only because I'm mixing them in the pot. So once again, to make your baked beans, you need a can of Bush baked beans or any pork and beans will do. You're going to use ketchup, open pit, Worcestershire sauce, A1 sauce, and some honey. To that, you're going to add the braised beef that has been fully cooked and drained. And you're going to mix all your ingredients together. And then you can cook this in the oven on 375, and I would say for maybe a couple of hours, hour and a half. But you can also cook them in the crock pot. And because these beans are going outside the house today, I am going to cook them in the crock pot. So let's pour them in so that you can see how wonderful it looks. Oh my God, don't that look great? That looks wonderful. And to this, I'm going to lay a couple of slices of bacon on top. And they will cook. And that will become my garnish on my beans. So great. Look at that. And these, my friends, are my baked beans. This is Miss Betty. And I have been cooking on Fawn Ridge. You make it a great day. Remember to replace negative with positive and be a blessing to someone on today. And that's it. Baked beans. If you have any questions, just ask me in the comments section. I will also add the recipe. Remember to like, subscribe, and share Cooking on Fawn Ridge. Bye-bye. I am cooking my beans in this crock pot on high for 2 hours, and I will come back and show you what they look like. This is the best way to cook something when you're going to take your beans out, because they will become extremely hot. So enjoy the beans.